Okay, done with that. We got things all figured out. Oh, snuck up on me. Welcome back to Doggone RV'N. Well, I finally got the RV packed. Totally packed different. Every time I pack it differently because it depends a lot on where we're going, how long we're going to stay, and all the other odds and ends of our planned trip. So this is just a short trip, and I tell you, the less I pack, the more room I have in that little RV. Plus the 2 extra boxes I've got now on the back emptied a lot of bulky stuff I had to have inside the RV that just were a hassle to move around. Just waiting for the next day here. We're gonna pack up the refrigerator, freezer tomorrow, and then we're gonna be taking off. But thought we'd give you guys a walkthrough of what it looks like now that it's packed for this short trip. And this is gonna be an interesting trip. The first trip with Ember. It was a no-brainer coming home from Colorado, where I went down to get her. She slept practically the whole way back home. And now she's a few pounds heavier, a little longer and bigger, and a lot more active. So it's going to be interesting to see how this short 3-day trip in a little old van is going to work out. Give me an idea what to expect here until she gets a little bit older. So, let's go out and I'll show you what it looks like. Packed up, ready for a trip. Okay, well, it's cold and damp out here, so I'm going to try to make this quick and easy so I can get back in where it's warm with Ember. You saw the stuff I brought out the last time, and even as I'm putting it away, I'm constantly going through my head, do I really need this? Do I really have to bring it? Am I going to use it if I bring it? So I'm always rechecking myself for packing the RV. Here's some pictures I'll show you, put up here right now, of how I used to pack the RV, the upper cabinets and stuff. Starting out, I wanted to be prepared for anything that could possibly happen to me on the road, being new to RVing. I guess that's my Boy Scout training. Always be prepared, the motto. And I took that possibly to extremes, to the point where I was probably packing for a zombie apocalypse. And I could have survived quite well with what I brought. Then after a couple of years of taking trips together with the dogs, of 1 week to multiple months on the road, up to 7 months on the road together, I finally realized that the stuff I thought I'd need, the stuff I wanted to bring, was not the stuff I necessarily truly needed to enjoy my trip. So, after much self-reflection, I've gotten way down. I've probably cut down the amount of stuff I was bringing by 2/3. I've gotten down close as I can get to being minimalistic. And everything I do pack, I always think of multiple uses for that item. And that could be cookware, cook utensils, cook appliances, even clothing and other items. I think of how many uses can this provide me on a trip under any circumstance. So that's really getting down to the nitty-gritty, as they say, and not packing so much on impulse and whim as to common sense. So as you saw from the photos, I had these cupboards just jam-packed. Now let me show you how I pack today. Much more minimalistic, not so tightly packed in there that I got to empty a third or 2/3 of the darn cupboards to get to what I actually need to find. I've tried to put things in organization, like canned goods here, breakfast items here, clothing here, bulky items here. I've really tried to better organize and sectionalize where I put things in this rig so I can find them easily. Let me show you that. Okay, this is how the cabin looks when it's all nice and peaceful, nice and quiet. And you can see here the kitchen area. I have my little area here for the scrubs to do the dishes. I have my gooseneck sink faucet. This is my gooseneck UV fresh water filtration system. I filter the water through a filter when I put it in from the shore source, and then that is the filtered water I use for drinking. Up here I have positioned all the cooking utensils I use the most for whatever I cook. And then up here in this cupboard over the sink is where I have my quick and easy breakfast items and some lunch and dinner items I can use quickly and easily. A big difference from how I used to pack this thing like I was going on a 6-month trip. Then down here, this cabinet was dedicated to Sarah, my other Irish setter, which Ember is the same breed. Open this up, and this has my clothing. I've got a lot of my gear in these compressed mesh zip cases, easy to get to. Then I've got my larger, bulkier items up here, and I can just easily get up, pull them out, put them back. Then my largest bin, the rear one back here, is kind of dedicated to my years in the submarine service. Open this up. This has my larger and bigger bulky items, my bulkier clothing, my box full of more miscellaneous cooking utensils and equipment, and some more miscellaneous items. And items I've yet to put in here, I'll put those items in just before we leave. Then over here, this one is dedicated to Katie and my dad. And I open this up, and this is my entertainments, my books, magazines, music, videos if I carry any, and other miscellaneous little handheld games and stuff for entertaining myself on the road or in the campsite. Then over here, this used to be a very narrow closet, but I've turned that into my pantry. As you saw, I was putting these shelves in. And here I got my readouts for my power system and solar system. And that red light is on when the power's on in the RV. That sends power to the tank heaters for the gray and black tank. So that keeps them from freezing up, because I like going camping all year long. Then down here is where I've got my canned goods, extra spices, items for soups and stuff. And down here I've got other cookware and equipment. So those have turned out really well. They keep me from putting all this stuff up in the other food cabinets like you saw in the old pictures. Then of course I got my microwave. I don't know why people take their microwaves out. I use mine a lot. Of course now I've got so much power, it's no problem. And then I got rid of my 3-way Dometic and got this much larger isotherm refrigerator that fit in the same hole as the Dometic. It's the only thing that they stick out about 1.5 inches further than the Dometic did, but I have a full-size freezer and a large refrigerator compared to what the Dometic had. And then of course up here I have my pillow, my sleeping pad, and my sleeping bag all coiled up there nice and tight out of the way. Now here I have an item that people used to put their shoes in their cupboards. This is all my gear for the dogs, their health, well-being, and easy access to those. Then I've got my towel rack here I put in, and items for cleaning the RV and the toilet and everything, and my medicine cabinet, which I think is the best thing I've added to this. Open this up. I put in these little finishing items here to keep things from coming out, and then I got little bungee cords I got at a Love's truck stop to make sure everything stays in there, and it's worked out great. I love it. So that's how I've got things packed. The water tank is 2/3 full this time of year, and I've treated the toilet, and we are ready to get the heck out of Dodge, as they say. So yeah, I got my most used spices here where I cook. Of course, down here I've got my silverware in these 2 drawers. Then down here I've got my Instapot and my countertop stove with the pots and pans. And then I've got over here would be my coffee maker and my coffee supplies. And then up here would be the dog food and other canned items. So I've got everything as neatly organized and compact as possible. Got my swing out table here, which is really good. Let's see if I can show you. Comes out here, and it gives me room to get by. But I got a nice huge working table when I'm working on the computer or anything else. Sit here, relax, watch my TV. I'll just swing this right back in. Whoops, I almost forgot. I wanted to show you how I got the 2 large boxes on the rear that I just recently had added packed. So let's go back here and I'll show you. So here's my configuration on the rear. I got my spare tire cover, and I've got my 2 boxes, the big one on top of the little one, and these are added right to the Sherpa plate I got from ADVENTURE Industries. There's no drilling, no nothing. You use the hinges and the plugs that are already in your Sprinter van, and you're not putting more holes into it. That's the brilliance of this system. So let's open them up and I'll show you what I got. So I'll show you how this is all set up here. I've got little information charts on the inside that lists what I've got packed in each location. I got my ladder, collapsible ladder, which enables me to get up to the roof to clean the solar panels. I got my other interior window insulations that go between the window and the blinds. Got my power cord, water regulator, heavy tow gear, toilet cleaning items, all the big, larger, heavy, bulkier items here. And then down here are the items I often use the most, which is for fresh water supply, sewer dumping, lightweight pads to go under the tires if I have to level the rig, the water hose, a knee pad, and other miscellaneous items. So yeah, I got the solar panels on top here all cleaned off, ready to go. And the nice part about my power system is it powers up the battery pack when I'm driving from point A to point B, or whenever the sun comes out. The solar helps keep it topped off or up there. I've never had a trouble with it. I've got 600 watts of solar, and I've got well, let me see, 2, 4, 5, nearly 600 amp hours of lithium. So I am pretty much independent, and have truly enjoyed the freedom that the setup I've created or designed and have done works so well. So anyway, I'm getting cold out here. The dampness up here in the northwest with the cold weather is just chill you to your bones. So anyway, I'm going to go in where Ember is warm. Ember is getting bigger, stronger, faster, but she's still a puppy, and she's going through her puppy stage, you know. Like infants, puppies learn everything by putting stuff in their mouth. That includes your hands. So we're going to get through it. In about 6-7 months, her adult teeth ought to be in, and she'll slowly just lose interest on chewing things. And it'll be a lot calmer and a whole lot more peaceful. So, as always, here at Doggone RV'N, Ember and I always wish you guys happy trails and woof woof. Catch you next time.